This is Liquor and Wolves. Liquor and Wolves. Secrets and dope and music and reactions. Liquor and Wolves. I said Liquor and Wolves. Liquor and Wolves. Liquor and Wolves. Liquor and Wolves. Secrets and dope and a German talking bullshit. Liquor and Wolves.
Fuck. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world. How are we doing tonight? This is Liquor and Woes. I'm Rob, and you guys are the best for being here. Thank you very much. And that is being serious. This is my second video after my, sort of, I guess, 2-week abstinence from this whole thing because I was a little bit down and out. Not going to get into the entire backstory too much. Basically, what's happening is, with this being Liquor and Woes, I am in Liquor Exile for a year because I have lost my driver's license a while back over liquor and smoke. And I am having to document my abstinence from said substances over the course of 1 year to get it back. So with this being a channel that has in part to do with liquor, that was, of course, bad news. And what it's going to result in the execution of my stuff is going to be that little sign up there. And it's going to let us and me especially know how long I will remain in Liquor Exile. Today is marking 354 days left in Liquor Exile. And since this is my second video of the day, I have already cracked a little regular, good old Coke bottle today. And the rest of that is sitting in here. So the entire routine of tasting something and stuff is not going to be happening, but I still need a drink to be doing this, which is just Coke now, because I tend to talk myself into mouth Sahara if I don't drink anything. And what we'll be watching today and reacting to it comes about, of course, you've seen the title of the video and you know it's going to be Ren Money Game Part 2. But how this came about is, so this document over here, this black document, I'll let you see it over here, is all the suggestions that came in over the course of these 2 weeks of abstinence. And it was it's a colorful mixture of content, 16 as a whole. The first video I did about half an hour ago was Falling in Reverse, Voices in My Head. And right at the end of the video, and I might cut that bit into here, I did what's like, I found this website that's called Random Number Generator, and you get to tell it, okay, so I have 16 options, which are all these, and it gives you a random, by clicking this, it gives you a random number from within that. And at the end of last video, I did it, and it came up with number 6, which is going to be Ren Money Game Part 2. So let's see what the next song is I'm doing. Number 6, and that is Ren Money Game Part 2. And one of the beautiful people that has suggested it, I'm sure there is many more, was Zani Yurblu. I'm not sure. Please forgive me if I'm pronouncing that like big time as wrong. Excuse me. Has been wanting me to do it. And a lot of, because I have done the Money Game, apparently Part 1 by Ren, where he's in the, in the whole American Psycho outfit, and having this gimp basically play the guitar for him while torturing him, and at the end he fucking lights himself on fire. A lot of comments on that were dealing with the fact that there is a Part 2 to it, and that one should really go into and watch that as well. And that's going to be happening, people. All right, so let's kill this. I've already opened it over here. This is going to be minimized because I might need it again later. So, Money Game Part 2, and I'll go into the description of this before actually going into it. So, he is saying, I'm releasing, producing, editing all my songs, so that has nothing to do with the song itself. No, there's no further backstory in the description. Is there going to be lyrics? Doesn't look like it. Usually the first comment is his lyrics to it, but it doesn't matter. We're going to go into it. I'm excited. Let me kind of try and bring my head back into the headspace of what happened in Part 1. A lot was happening in it. Content-wise, and what Ren was talking about in the song was I remember things on who colonized who, and who is to be referred to as native in any given place. I'd say you can't really be calling yourself one, because at one point you have migrated to the place you're at, or your ancestors down the family tree have. Excuse me. So that was being made a point of, including the, something that I, of course, have a little bit to talk about, was the issue of, stance towards the Germans, and how I think it has gotten way, way, way better, and is continuing to get better. How there's no more of that, let's call it prejudice, that everybody that was born in this country called Germany is automatically, anti-Semites and basically just looking for a chance to take over the world. It's not like that anymore. Being approached and viewed as such. Then there was talk of how Britain itself was being colonized by the Lower Saxons and all that. That was being made an issue of. What else was being made an issue of? That's really my core takeaway from it. It doesn't make sense for me to watch that again real quick. You know what? I think I'll do it without commenting on it, just to bring it back to front. We'll just go through that one more time real quick.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game.
I guess it's part of, it's kind of like let's put emphasis on this. You can't really pinpoint a verse or a hook, right? Because I don't think it's going to be repeated. But this is sort of like a please understand me and please take me away from this, if nothing else. We're all part of this old money game. So it's sort of like a roundup of what is money and why is there money. It's really just pieces of paper that, somebody has at one point decided to put value to. And it's an eternal chase for it.
Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech.
Talked about that.
But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder like savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your...
I didn't catch that on the first go. If your country was in flames, you'd emigrate in a second. Don't be so fucking, that's fucking two-faced, right? Complaining about, refugees and immigration into what you call your country. But if fucking the UK was burning and, you'd be the first to fucking run. Fucking hypocrite. Yeah.
Venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. It was colonized by Rome. And also colonized by the Saxons.
Sure.
They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions aren't our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
So wrong, he does repeat it, and it is a what would be referred to as a hook, right? I'm going to skip a little bit over these bits.
So money game.
Right, I don't think anything else is going to be said. Yeah, this is just ugly and vile. I can't even. I can, yes, but I don't want to continue to watch it because we know what's going to happen. All right, so a little bit of backstory, or just bring it back to front what was being done in part 1. Let's roll into part 2. And again, I'm going to adjust levels a little bit and then go full screen. Let's roll. Okay. It sounds like a dub plate of the first one, right? I think it's going to get heavy here. Let's continue.
Strange time of living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset.
Stop. Wait. Let's go.
Strange time of living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset. Spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America Britain.
Wow. Okay, this is social commentary. I wonder what the intent of having a part 2 is. Has he realized people are not, getting to the core of what I was trying to bring across? Or was it always planned to be part 1 and part 2? And part 2 is just going to be more direct and more in your face. A lot is going on, but I love the fact that we get like sort of, underlining visual material. Narcissist mindset spread like malaria.
Narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire.
10 Downing Street, of course, is the, where the Prime Minister sits in England. What was the build up to that? Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die.
Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant.
All right, this is kind of a little bit like what Eminem did, where he puts out a line and then goes, chill, that's not the first thing that comes to your mind, isn't what I'm trying to say. With this whole bit of Mike Pence would get killed. And then he goes, hey, chill, everybody, fucking, Secret Service, don't be fucking knocking at my door and be like, are you actually trying to kill the vice president? No, I am saying microphone, and pens to write with will get killed. Mike and pens will get killed. So I think he is doing something similar. He has made a bold statement. If if 10 Downing went up in a fire, and all these Scotland Yard folk are gonna get big ears and be like, what? And now he's gonna sort of relativieren, take the power out of the statement by saying, here's the image I'm trying to paint. I'm an adult, I'm not threatening.
Only messing, don't be stressing, I'm a peaceful adolescent. There's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game.
Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we don't upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves.
It's way easier to blame someone for, okay, you're extremist, you are this, you are that, than to, actually take a look in the mirror and maybe come to realize, okay, I am one of those that are adding fuel to the flames. It's way easier to just point fingers rather than, take the look inside and actually, checking yourself out. Put yourself on the damn stand and dissect what you are and how you behave and what you say and act and do. There's a lot of facts in that.
We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
What's the alternative, though? Yes, of course, we can, like Ren does here, ask people and, want people to sort of check themselves, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But is that going to be enough? Are 90% of us going to come to realize, oh, fuck, man, I'm not actually acting right? That's not going to end the money game he is, he's talking against, or that he's picturing as evil, which is, of course, true. It is. We are all part of it. We all consume. We don't rise up when we see wrongs happening. We play along. We pay our taxes. We play ball. We don't revolt. Is that what he's wanting us to do? Is revolt the end game of his? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think this is his speech on the state of the nation a little bit, I'm thinking. And you should, if you want to be open-minded and have somebody, give somebody the chance to talk and actually give their words some consideration and have them circulate through your personal beliefs and set of rules, and take something out of it that's either take action or decide what he's saying is bullshit, right? But at least you are considering it and you're interacting with it mentally. And that is something, when an artist achieves that's big. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're all going to, call to arms and rise up after we've seen the video here. But it is triggering people's mental and, conscious interaction with what he is saying, and to reflect on, this is where I am in this whole money game. I am one of the gears that are grinding in this entire big ass machinery, and could I do something different to not be such a well-oiled grind in this machine that really just pays into their pockets, the pockets of the man in this money game? I'm thinking.
This old
Money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his fingering crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line.
Okay.
This is business economics in a nursery rhyme.
This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. I'm excited. I am listening too. Let's go, Ren.
She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall.
She sells seashells on the seashore. Again, it ties in with another bit that I have spoken on twice. In my original reaction to High Ren and also in my deeper dive to High Ren that is about a week old. And in that, I tried to explain to everybody that's not a native speaker of the English language that he is referencing a child tongue twister rhyme that not everybody that's not a native speaker will get, because you will always get a laugh from original native speakers and you'll always get a non-reaction from everybody that's not a native speaker because they can place it and put it. And my thought on it was, what he's saying is, we've heard it all before, seashells on the seashore. We have heard it all before. Everybody knows that one little kid's rhyme tongue twister that we've all said in our childhoods. Of course, us Germans haven't said this in specific, but we all have one of them. And it is emphasizing the point, we've heard it all before, because everybody has heard and said that tongue twister in their native tongue at one point. And I was schooled on both reactions to this by people that are saying it's not only that, there's more to it when you see Money Game Part 2. And this is, of course, what's happening here. She sells seashells on the seashore, but the value of these shells will fall. Wonder where this is going to go from here.
She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand.
Truth. You can go ahead and she sells seashells on the seashore, but your potential customer or buyer could just, take 2 steps to the left and find his own for free, which means the value of what you are selling is declining over the laws of supply and demand. There is a fucking shitload of fucking seashells, and unless you have the golden one or the super most individual one that has no duplicate anywhere in the world, the value is going to be close to zilch because there is so many of them, right?
Step 1, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see.
Create a sense of scarcity by telling everybody, oh, they are, like, there's this virus among seashells, and they will, they will probably half their population will die off in the next 5 years. So get yours now before they're all gone, right?
Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island, stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step 2, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them.
Create need, create demand. Like me, I'm sitting here, what the fuck should I do with a damn seashell? So create a story around them, like fucking ivory cures impotence, right? And everybody's gonna run after fucking ivory. Excluding me, because I'm all good. But yeah.
I'm like Bronson, influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show,
Instrumentalize those that have a say in what's hot and what's not. Have them spread your message of seashells are fucking the thing to have, right? If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste man. Right. Yeah, that's how it works. Same thing, like replace that with any piece of fashion, right? If you don't have the $90 fucking plain white Kanye shirt, you're nothing. If you don't have the pumps, if you don't have the Yeezys, if you don't have this and this and this and this, you ain't shit, right? That's how it works. It's true. And I am a part of that big ass time because I'm a creative director in advertising. I am selling you guys or trying to create attraction to products that I'm being paid for to do that, just that. And I'm kind of fucking you guys into thinking you want, need, or should have product XY, right?
then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free. It's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a
Swallow all your morals. They're a poor man's quality. So fuck morals. This is about profits. And profit is the only God, and the only thing that should be on the top of the list of that's what we're going for. We're not, we're not a, what's the fucking word? We're not pro bono. We're not doing this to better the world. Or, an NGO that is trying to improve whatever status whatever is in. Really what we're here for is our pockets. So number one goal up there, number one thing we're all working toward is profit. Maximize profit. And forget all your morals. It doesn't fucking matter if somebody has to take out a fucking loan to buy my shell, as long as he fucking buys it. I don't give a shit. Right?
Poor man's quality. 4. Expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land. Fresh blood on hands. 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell all.
Diversify. Once you're sort of the number one of seashells, the go-to for seashells, start diversifying your product range. Why just seashells? Sell oil as well. Why limit yourself? Right? And that's why fucking big ass, corporations, not corpses as in dead bodies. No, why big ass corporations say should I say any names? Because part of them are my clients. Let's imagine this big food corporation. Like, let's just name it. Let's say Nestle, or let's say Procter & Gamble, or whatever. Of course, yes, core competence, washing fucking detergents. But is that it? Procter & Gamble? No. They go into fucking Band-Aids. They go into glues. They go into all sorts of air fresheners. Like, diversify your shit, right?
Oil as well. 6 on, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock.
Sell the time to a clock. That's fucking brilliant. Sell water to a fish is, of course, something that's a standing phrase, a figure of speech. And I think it was Eminem who said, I'll put air in a bottle and charge people to breathe. Sell time to a clock. That's amazing. Wow. All right, he's talking some shit.
7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big.
Is that a Trump reference? Yes, I'm thinking. Of course, that's what he does, it will always be doing. Just like his father, right?
Take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave. That's great now. The truth is overrated. Tell lies out the gate. 9. Polarize the people. Controversy is the game.
And this ties in a little bit with what Tom MacDonald is making a major point of in many of his songs. Once you have the audience that listens, because you have become big enough through seashells and fucking diversifying, you are something now. Create reality and feed the fire through media, through all kinds of media outlets, and try and create lager groups that are at one point going to go against each other, forgetting that somebody is above the whole thing and has created the whole situation for their own higher purpose, right? Polarize. And then keep throwing gas in the fire. It's situational design, really, right?
Don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore.
Rain, rain, rain.
Fuck
rain.
yes. You're a liar, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. And in brackets, he's not saying it out loud, us dumb fucks go and buy them. It is sort of a good example with the damn fucking $90 white plain shirt that Yeezy, Kanye, has luckily failed with. But it is just that, right? There's fucking trillions and trillions and gazillions of ways to buy a plain white shirt. And if you if you take out the aspect of are they being, knitted by 5-year-olds in Bangladesh, which is fucking the nastiest and dumbest and most fucked up situation, period. If you take that out of consideration, you could get one for $2 because they are seashells on the seashore. There is trillions and gazillions of them out there. But somehow the man was able to create demand for one that's $90. But it's the fucking same ass fucking shirt. Facts.
A storm it comes our way, and no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we don't upon the blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Here's where it kind of ties in. We're all part of it. Yes, we are. We are playing along, and there is a couple of people that have bought the damn shirt. In this, concrete example, I will take myself out of that. I would never. But yes, there's other things where I play ball too. And if you are honest with yourselves, I would think at least 9 out of 10 of y'all will have to nod and be like, yeah, I kind of do too. It's the brand thing, right? You can get off-brand, non-labeled things that are quality-wise exactly the same, but we aspire and desire the one that has the marketing force behind it that tells us, no, it has to be this one, right?
This old money game. This old.
Awesome. Still, I've said it somewhere throughout the song, what I'm missing is his idea or his, not manifest. I'm not asking for where is your counteraction plan, but what is missing a little bit is where's the way out? What can be done against it? How do we break the circle of this? Or it could be an artistic decision not to give us that and just state the facts. Here's what I think is going on. And I'm not going to show you the recipe of how to make it stop or how to exit it or how to fucking make it better. I'm just observing and stating what I think the state of the nation is or the state of the situation is. And it's up to you guys to figure out what can you do to break this cycle. The decision to just not consume this overhyped bullshit could be a first step. To decide to boycott all those that are instrumentalizing things to the extent that he is displaying and showing us here could be a more radical step. And the most extreme and most radical step could be to take action against it. Things like freeing those workers of the sweatshops in Bangladesh, or occupying the fucking Brent spas of the world and the oil rigs, or protesting nuclear transports, or chaining yourself to old buildings that are supposed to be torn down for the expanding of bigger corporations and bullshit like that. Those are probably the most radical steps that not everybody is going to be willing to take. But those are ways, and you can choose if you want to take part in ending it. To which extent are you willing to go with it? One that's simple and that all of us could take is don't buy it. Don't buy the one that is obviously exploiting their sources. And, Nestle fucking burning acres and fucking acres of rainforest to produce water that everybody has in their own home. and to decide not to go and buy it. Or, take it step by step, take it to more concrete and more, not extreme, but more intense levels of counteracting. So thank you, Ren, for that. You're not being, you're not trying to be the leader of the revolution here in terms of get behind me and we're taking action and this is going to start to be, radical. But thanks for opening probably a whole lot of, especially youth generation eyes to the sitch. Thanks a bunch. Yeah, that was awesome. And we're fucking liking it too, of course. And we are going to be thanking, who was the one that I copied into here? Zane Yurblu again. Only one placeholder for all the people that have suggested and asked me to do Money Game Part 2. Thanks a bunch. That was awesome. And I hope that you guys will stay as interactive and as cool and as, kind and positive as you have been all this time. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.